To remove the wheel cylinder, we need to remove the brake pipe. There's the flare nut over here, and also this nut. So this I think is 10 millimeter. That is 10 millimeter. We remove that, and then the cylinder will be come out from front. My flare nuts for the brake pipes proved to be rather tight. I used this 12-point flare spanner, and it slipped. So if you don't buy 12 points, buy 6 points. I think should be better than this 12 points. It's slipped. I used a lot of WD-40 on this. Previous 3 days I tried, but still very tight. And finally, I tried this RepairDIY or locking spanner, locking wrench, and I used this to make it tight on this brake flare nut. It was loosened. Now it's can turn with spanner, even just with this used to be slip, and now I can use this to turn it. So maybe if you buy a spanner, try to find the 6-sided 6 points flare spanner. I also tried this is open one. Open one won't work. That's also slipped. So open one slipped, and 16 and 12 points flare spanner slipped. Next time I'm going to buy a 6-sided flare spanner for the brake later on. So anyway, it's worked. It's now loosened anyway. I will continue. So after that loosened, I think this fixing bolt for the cylinder should be okay. I'm going to use a 6-sided socket. And also, if you want to make this bleeder loosened, you can also use a 6-sided socket after removing this plastic or rubber cap. You can use the socket to remove this. Should be okay. 10 millimeter socket and this wheel cylinder fixing bolt. It was not tight at all, so I can just remove it rather easily. So it's not tight at all. And then I will try to loosen that bleeder screw. For this bleeder cap, I think it's plastic. It's not easy to remove compared with the rubber one. And I think this open-ended spanner, and it's I think it's 8 millimeter, should do the job. So just both sides is better than screwdriver. It's nearly off between the open-ended spanner, and I can get into a screwdriver between here, and it's just press that cap off. Now I have got this plastic cap off this bleeder. To get this bleeder cap off, I think you can also just use a screwdriver to press it out like this, so it's off. So it's optional, you don't have to loosen the bleeder, but I just wondering, maybe sometimes I need the bleeder screw and then I can use it. I'm going to get this loose. The bleeder screw is 8 millimeter. I just use 6-sided 8 millimeter socket. I think it should not be tight. Yeah. Now it's getting loose. So now I have got all these 3. This bolt, that flare nut, and this loose. So I'm ready to remove the wheel cylinder by taking off all these 3. Before doing that, I'm going to clamp the brake hose to stop the brake fluid flowing out. This is my tool. I use the grip vise and 2 steel rod, and the other end I use some steel wire to put them together, and then I use the clamp to clamp the hose. And here I have got this nearly taken out just 1 2 thread, and then I'm going to flare nut, just take it, unscrew it out from the wheel cylinder. Now it's totally out from the cylinder, and I'm going to take this out. This is nearly just 1 or 2 thread. Okay, this is out, so the bolt's out. You can see here, this is the cylinder out of the position. So now you can have a good look at what's on here, and this is the position for the wheel cylinder. You can see this is the brake pipe connection, and the nut can be slide on this brake pipe. So brake pipe still in good condition, and even the flare nut a little bit slipped, but I think it can still be useful, can still be reused. I've just used the same. If it's totally damaged, I may have to change the brake line from here to there. It's not very long, but in this case I think it should be okay. I just try to tighten it as far as possible. Don't need to be too tight. If it's not leaking, it should be okay. Okay. Now let's have a look of this old removed wheel cylinder. You can see, yeah, slightly angled the bleeder, and there the brake line get in, and that hole for the fixing screw, and you see the piston. I think the aluminum, I suppose, is not rust. The problem is this steel piston. I think it's rusted all over, so too much rust, it won't be easy to slide inside the cylinder, so that could be the problem. But it's not expensive. I've just got them about 16 pounds each, so 31 something for the pair. So just replace them. So no need to buy rubber things, repair this. I think it's quite difficult to clean, and it's not easy to take the piston out. It's nearly stuck over there. Just replace. It's a better value. There are just some numbers here. It's a Bosch, see the logo, and 17KPB6306 or 5 or something. And there's also number 101 SG or 56 or something. No other numbers. Okay, so that's the only number we could find on the old Bosch wheel cylinder.